what advice would you have for those wishing to become part of the industry?
I think it's a wonderful industry to be in. If you are just as passionate about strength and conditioning and helping people as you are, Coach, as well as I am, it's a great business to be in. The neat part is you can go the route of trying to be a collegiate or professional strength and conditioning coach and actually work for a school, a team, or organization, or you can go into the private sector and kind of carve out your own niche. And I think either one can yield great satisfaction and are tremendous jobs to have. I think first and foremost, you need to start volunteering and you need to start observing. You need to start soaking in every single thing that you can. And this is regardless of where you are on the educational continuum. This doesn't mean, if you're a junior in high school but think that one day you might want to be a strength coach, it's never too early to start trying to volunteer and intern. Or if you've already been, out of college for 15 years, same thing. Wherever you are on that educational continuum, I think volunteering and interning and observing as many different types of programs and people as you can is a great step. Depending on where you are in that continuum, certainly you'd like to get an education in the field. So if you haven't attended college next, an exercise science degree or something of that variant would be probably the best route to go, although not necessary. I know plenty of very qualified strength coaches that were educated in something else in college but have really taken upon themselves through their own professional development and learning experiences to learn their trade and get better at their craft. And then just soak up anything and everything that you can. Looking back on myself, I was not near as open-minded in my late 20s, or I should say my early 20s, as I was in my late 20s and early 30s. And I believed that, I told you I had a background in HIIT training, and I really thought that was the only way to do things, and I wouldn't deviate that for anything. And if it didn't fit in this mold of high-intensity training, then I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And that was certainly me being a little younger and bullheaded. Now that I'm hopefully older and more mature, I'm open to every type of modality. And I know that there's something to learn from every coach out there, from every player out there, and I want to stay open to that. But while I'm doing that, I formed my own convictions very strongly. I'm not wishy-washy. I'm not going to go to a clinic and come back on Monday and have completely changed my training philosophy. I've honed my own philosophy for the last 12 years, and I really have what I believe. But I am always open to new things. I'm always open to learning new drills and exercises and tweaking. And if I do go to a clinic and somebody like yourself presents something that, really makes me go, wow, I should take a deeper look at that, then I will evaluate that. And if the end result is that what I just learned is better for my players than what I was currently doing, then I owe it to them to adopt that new portion of methodology or philosophy. At the end of the day, it might be called my program, but my program is all about the players that I work with. So if it's not in their best interest, then I shouldn't be doing it. So I want to make sure that I'm open to anything and everything out there, and that's the first step for anyone looking to get in this industry. And then once you've started to form your own convictions and philosophy, and you've got a little bit of experience, even if it's just from interning and volunteering, and you've got some education, either formally taught at college or things you've taught on yourself, then you've got the foundation to go ahead and begin whatever it is that you're going to try and pursue, either a job collegiately or professionally, or working in the private sector. And then that will end up being the best education overall. I'm certainly a proponent of education, but I've learned 100 times more since I've graduated from college than I did when I was actually in college. And it's just a never-ending process. I would certainly like to believe that I'm a better strength coach today than I was 5 years ago, and I certainly hope that if you and I do an interview 5 years from now, that I'll be better then than I am at this moment. It's all about constant development. And if you have all of those tools together and you love strength and conditioning and athleticism and performance enhancement, this is a great, great industry to be in.
If anyone had any questions or wanted to find out more about you or what you do with StrongerTeam.com, how would they go about getting a hold of you or getting in touch with your program?
I'm a big email guy, and I realize for some of the younger generation out there, the high schoolers now, that email is somewhat antiquated, and they do everything on Facebook and Twitter. But I'm very proud to have a 100% return rate on email. If anyone emails me, and my email is Alan, ALAN, @StrongerTeam.com, they'll go back for me within 72 hours, guaranteed. If for any reason they don't, it means I didn't get their email. I'm very active, like you are, on social media. on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, just because I see those as great platforms and vehicles to share a lot of information and to learn a lot of information. I think if you use those things correctly, they're invaluable tools for anyone working in strength and conditioning. And I'm pretty up on those. So if someone were to send me a tweet or a Facebook message, I'm really good about getting back on that as well.